Welcome to Evening Song of Distant Church Bells, a tranquil slice of life story designed to gently guide you towards a peaceful night's sleep. If you find yourself soothed by the quiet rhythms of Willow Creek Village and would like to experience more stories like this, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future relaxing audiobooks. Before we immerse ourselves in the gentle evening routines of the village, let's take a few moments for a calming breathing exercise to help you unwind and prepare for the story. If you prefer to drift directly into the narrative, you'll find chapter timestamps in the description below for easy navigation. Now, find a comfortable position, allowing your body to settle deeply into your bed or chair. Feel the gentle support beneath you, releasing any tension held in your muscles. Perhaps adjust your blanket to create a cozy nest, a sanctuary of calm just for you. Let this be a moment to release the day's concerns and welcome the tranquility of evening. Imagine the soft glow of lamplight in the windows of Willow Creek, a beacon of peace in the gathering dusk. Let's begin with a deep, calming breath. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, picturing the fresh, clean air of the village countryside filling your lungs. Hold it for a moment and then exhale gently through your mouth, like the soft chime of a distant church bell fading into the evening air. With each breath, feel a wave of relaxation spreading through your body, releasing any lingering stress. Imagine the gentle flow of the Willow Creek River, carrying away any worries with its peaceful current. If your thoughts begin to wander, simply acknowledge them and gently guide your attention back to your breath or the sound of my voice. There's nothing you need to do, but listen and allow the story to unfold around you. Feel the gentle rhythm of village life, the steady, comforting routine of evening settling in. Let it carry you away from the day's demands and into a state of deep relaxation. Allow the evening song of distant church bells to resonate within you, bringing a sense of peace and quiet contentment. Now let us journey to Willow Creek Village and experience the tranquility of its evening hours. Chapter 1. The Waking Village. The sun, a painter of the gentlest watercolors, began its descent, not with a bold stroke, but with a soft, gradual fading. Long shadows, like elongated sighs, stretched across Willow Creek's village green, growing longer with each breath of the evening air. The air itself was a still and tranquil canvas, holding on to the day's warmth like a precious memory, now gently cooling into the serenity of twilight. A hush settled, not of emptiness, but of peaceful anticipation. From the heart of the village, Thomas, the baker, a man whose life was kneaded into every loaf, opened his shop door. A wave of warmth and aroma, rich and deeply comforting, flowed outwards onto the cobblestone path. The scent of freshly baked bread, still radiating a gentle heat, mingled with the sweeter, softer fragrance of cinnamon rolls, resting and cooling on delicate wire racks. It was an olfactory invitation, a silent promise of simple comfort and the familiar embrace of home-baked goodness. From the village park nearby, the faint echo of children's laughter drifted on the evening breeze. Their games, once vibrant with youthful energy, were now softening, their edges blurring as the day mellowed. The sounds were light and airy, like the delicate dance of dandelion seeds on the wind, a gentle melody against the backdrop of the settling village. Their voices, though fading, carried the residue of joy, the contentment of a day spent in carefree play. Honeysuckle, with its creamy white blossoms and intensely sweet perfume, climbed the garden fences and trellises that lined the cobblestone streets. Its fragrance, heady and intoxicating, intertwined with the yeasty scent from the bakery, creating a tapestry of aromas that hung softly in the evening air. Each inhale was a breath of peace, an unconscious appreciation of the subtle beauty unfolding in the everyday. A gentle breeze, barely a whisper, stirred the leaves of the ancient oak at the green center, a soft rustling like nature sharing secrets in hushed tones. The leaves, still a vibrant summer green, shimmered in the fading light, catching the last golden rays before surrendering to the gathering dusk. The air itself seemed to hum with a gentle vibration, the energy of life slowing, preparing for the quietude of night. From chimneys scattered across the village rooftops, delicate trails of smoke curled upwards, lazy ribbons against the softening sky. They carried the faintest whisper of wood smoke, a primal anchoring scent that spoke of hearths and homes, of warmth and togetherness. Each plume was a soft signal, a visual and olfactory cue that evening was settling in, drawing families closer, hearts homeward bound. The cobblestone streets, worn smooth by the passage of countless feet, reflected the sky's gentle light, taking on a soft pearlescent sheen. Walking on them felt like stepping into a gentler time, each stone holding the quiet stories of days and evenings past. The very ground felt solid and reassuring, a foundation of peace and continuity. As the sun's last edge dipped below the horizon, painting the western sky in soft hues of lavender and pale gold, a profound stillness settled over Willow Creek. The waking village breathed a sigh of contentment, a gentle exhale of the day's activities, ready to embrace the quiet beauty, the peaceful promise of the evening to come. Chapter 2. Anna's Evening Stroll. Anna, the village artist, whose eyes saw the world in gentle curves and muted colors, began her evening stroll along the river path. Her footsteps were soft and measured, a quiet rhythm against the yielding earth of the trail. She moved with a tranquil grace, her presence as unobtrusive as the shadows lengthening around her, blending into the peaceful ambiance of the evening. The river, Willow Creek itself, flowed with a smooth, unhurried cadence, its surface mirroring the pastel shades of the fading sunset. The water moved like liquid light, its gentle murmur a constant soothing undertone to the evening's quiet symphony. It was a visual balm, a shifting canvas of light and shadow, inviting stillness and contemplation. A family of ducks, serene and undisturbed, glided gracefully upon the river's surface. Their soft quacking, low and gentle, harmonized seamlessly with the rustling leaves of the riverside trees. They moved with a quiet dignity, their presence enriching the gentle tapestry of nature's evening lullaby. Watching them felt like witnessing an age-old ritual, a silent ballet of life in concert with the day's gentle close. The riverside trees, ancient willows and steadfast oaks, formed a verdant canopy overhead, their leaves whispering softly in the evening's gentle breeze. The sound was like hushed secrets shared, a soothing susurrus that calmed the mind and eased the spirit. The air beneath the canopy was cool and shaded, a welcome reprieve from the day's lingering warmth. As Anna paused, sketchbook in hand, to capture the serene scene, the coolness of the evening air gently brushed against her skin, a soft caress. It was a refreshing sensation, a subtle shift in temperature signaling the day's quiet farewell. The air itself felt clean and crisp, carrying the earthy scent of damp soil and the fresh fragrance of river water. She opened her sketchbook, the pages smooth and inviting beneath her fingertips. The soft scratching of her pencil against the paper was a quiet, rhythmic sound, a meditative counterpoint to the river's gentle murmur. She worked with focused calm, her hand moving with practiced ease, translating the beauty before her into lines and shades of tranquil observation. The colors of the sunset reflected in the river were exquisitely subtle. Soft pinks, gentle oranges, and muted lavenders blended seamlessly, creating a watercolor masterpiece spread across the water's surface. It was a fleeting spectacle, a daily wonder that Anna never tired of witnessing, each sunset a unique and precious moment. Lost in the quiet act of creation and observation, Anna felt a deep peace settle within her. The gentle rhythm of the river, the soft rustling of leaves, the fading light all conspired to create a moment of perfect tranquility. It was in these simple moments amidst the everyday beauty of Willow Creek that she found her truest inspiration, her deepest calm, and a quiet connection to the world around her. Chapter 3. The Library's Quiet Corner. Within the Willow Creek Village Library, a haven of stories and hushed reflection, Mrs. Peterson, the librarian, moved with gentle, purposeful steps. The soft whisper of her slippers on the polished wood floor was the only sound that punctuated the library's peaceful quiet. Her movements were calm and deliberate, each action imbued with a sense of quiet dedication and care for the space. The air within the library held a unique and comforting blend of scents, the warm aroma of aged paper and softened leather from countless books, interwoven with the clean, faint scent of polished wood and beeswax. It was an olfactory invitation to quiet exploration, a fragrant promise of literary journeys and peaceful browsing. The atmosphere was welcoming and serene, a sanctuary from the outside world. A few patrons, drawn by the silent allure of books, browsed the towering shelves. The soft turning of pages, a gentle rustling like the wings of moths in the stillness, and hushed whispers exchanged between readers created a peaceful ambiance. Each sound was muted and respectful, adding to the library's atmosphere of serene concentration and shared appreciation for the written word. In a cozy corner, bathed in the warm glow of a brass desk lamp, a young boy sat completely absorbed in a storybook, his brow furrowed in innocent concentration. The lamp cast a soft pool of light around him, creating a small island of focused reading within the larger quiet of the library. He was lost to the world beyond the page, immersed in the adventures unfolding within the story. Mrs. Peterson approached him with a gentle smile, her presence as unobtrusive as a soft breath of air. Her smile was warm and genuine, radiating kindness and a deep love for books and the people who sought refuge in their pages. She knelt beside him, her movements slow and considerate, respecting his complete absorption in his reading. She whispered softly, her voice barely audible above the quiet hum of the library, gently inquiring if he was enjoying his book. Her voice was soothing and melodious, like a soft whisper of encouragement and shared delight. She spoke with genuine interest, her words carrying the warmth of her caring nature and her passion for fostering a love of reading. The young boy looked up, his eyes bright with enthusiasm, and eagerly shared a detail from the story that had captured his imagination. His voice, though soft, was filled with wonder and excitement. He spoke with the uninhibited joy of a child, discovering the magic held within the bound pages of a book. Mrs. Peterson listened patiently, her gaze attentive and encouraging. She nodded thoughtfully, sharing in his delight and gently reinforcing his burgeoning love for reading and the quiet joy of stories. In that quiet corner of the library, a gentle connection blossomed, a shared appreciation for the power of narratives and the profound peace found within their embrace. The library, in its quiet way, was a haven of community, of shared passions, and of deep tranquility. Chapter 4. Dinner at the Cottage. In their cozy cottage, nestled amidst the flower-filled gardens of Willow Creek, James and his wife Clara moved with a quiet harmony as they prepared a simple evening meal. Their movements were familiar and synchronized, born of years of shared rhythms and unspoken understanding. The atmosphere in their kitchen was warm and peaceful, a sanctuary of gentle domesticity. The comforting sounds of preparing food, the rhythmic chop of vegetables against the wooden board, the gentle simmer of soup on the stovetop filled the kitchen with a soothing melody. These were the sounds of home, of nourishment and care, creating a peaceful backdrop to their evening preparations. Each sound was soft and predictable, enhancing the sense of calm and order within their shared space. Steam rose gently from the pot on the stove, carrying with it the savory scent of herbs and broth. The aroma was warm and inviting, a promise of simple, wholesome food and shared comfort. It filled the kitchen with a delicious and comforting fragrance, a sensory invitation to the evening meal and the quiet joy of togetherness. Outside, glimpsed through the kitchen window, the first stars began to emerge in the darkening sky. Tiny points of light twinkling against the deepening blue canvas, they were silent witnesses to the peaceful evening unfolding within the cottage walls. Their appearance marked the gentle transition from day to night, a celestial clock marking the quiet passage of time. James set the small wooden table by the window, his movements deliberate and mindful. The soft clinking of cutlery and the gentle placement of plates were quiet sounds, adding to the peaceful rhythm of their preparations. He moved with a quiet grace, his actions imbued with a sense of care and gentle anticipation for the meal to come. Clara stirred the soup, the ladle dipping and swirling in a slow, rhythmic motion. The steam rising from the pot warmed her face, a gentle sensation of comfort and quiet contentment. She tasted the soup, her expression thoughtful and pleased, adding a final subtle touch of seasoning to complete the simple dish. They set their places at the table, the humble meal laid out before them, steaming bowls of soup, crusty bread, and a small dish of local cheese. It was a simple repast, yet prepared with love and shared with gratitude for the day and for each other. The simplicity of it was part of its charm, a reminder of the quiet beauty found in everyday nourishment and shared moments. As they sat down together, a sense of peaceful contentment settled over them both. The warm glow of the kitchen lamp cast a soft light across their faces, illuminating their gentle smiles. The sounds of the village outside faded into a distant murmur, replaced by the quiet intimacy of their shared space and the comforting anticipation of a simple, peaceful meal enjoyed in each other's company. Chapter 5: The Bells and Bedtime. As twilight deepened, painting the sky in soft shades of indigo and deep violet, the distant church bells of Willow Creek began their evening chime. Their resonant tones, mellow and clear, echoed gently through the village, carried on the still, cooling air. It was a familiar and comforting sound, a melodic marker of the day's end and the quiet arrival of evening hours. The bells chimed not with urgency or haste, but with a gentle cadence, each note lingering in the air before softly fading into peaceful silence. Their rhythm was slow and deliberate, a measured tempo that invited a sense of calm and quiet reflection. It was a sound that seemed to slow the very passage of time, drawing the village into a shared state of peaceful stillness and gentle contemplation. In homes throughout Willow Creek, lamps were lit, casting warm, inviting glows from windows that dotted the village landscape. These soft lights were like beacons of peace, illuminating the quiet interiors of homes and signaling the comforting start of evening routines. Each window's gentle glow was a promise of warmth, comfort, and the quiet rituals of preparing for rest. The sounds of the day, the gentle hum of village activity, began to recede into a soft, enveloping silence. The distant laughter of children, the murmur of conversations, the faint sounds of daytime work, all faded into the background, replaced by the quieter sounds of evening. The village seemed to exhale a collective sigh, releasing the day's energy and embracing the tranquility of the approaching night. From open windows, the gentle chirping of crickets filled the evening air, a natural chorus of soothing night sounds. Their rhythmic chirping was a constant peaceful presence, a natural lullaby woven into the very fabric of the night. It was a sound that spoke of peace and stillness, of nature settling into its nightly rest. A light breeze stirred gently through the gardens, carrying the faint, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine and the earthy fragrance of damp soil. The breeze whispered softly through the trees, a gentle rustling sound that blended seamlessly with the chirping of crickets and the distant fading chime of the church bells. The air itself felt cool and refreshing, carrying the quiet promise of deep and peaceful sleep. People settled into their homes, drawn by the warm glow of lamplight and the quiet invitation of bedtime. Evening routines unfolded in gentle rhythms, soft whispers of good nights, the quiet closing of doors, the subtle rustle of blankets being arranged. Each action was performed with a gentle slowness, a mindful preparation for the restorative embrace of sleep. The church bells completed their calming song, their resonant tones echoing one last time through the village, inviting peaceful reflection and the quiet, comforting promise of rest. As the final notes faded into the deepening silence, Willow Creek settled into the tranquil embrace of night, a village bathed in peaceful quiet, ready to drift into a restful slumber under the watchful gaze of the silent stars.